In this part 4 video of decoding crop circles, I will talk about and explain the significance behind the square and cube geometry, as well as make links to the crop circles that compose these patterns. The square and cube is one of the most basic shapes, yet one of the most important and foundational geometry in all fields of physics, mathematics, architecture, and technology. First of all, the square is much more than just its basic label and black and white visual representation in the mathematical textbook. This is a grand pattern that composes crystalline patterns and contains the very geometry that holds together our physical universe. It is through this pattern, in all of its ways of unfoldment, that we discover the powers of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8. It is through the cube that volumes of information proceed to pour into our minds. The magic square and Metatron's cube not only sustain our physical universe, but allows us to understand the true meaning of dimensionality. The formation of the Vesica Piscis geometry births our cubic geometry. It is essentially the diamond within the sphere or circle that is the mother and basis of all geometry. From this, we are able to slice, dice, add, multiply, divide, all possible fractal expansions. It is through the cube that we begin to see the triangle, as well as the formation of the octahedron. The basic function of the cube is that it can be doubled, multiplied, and divided by the powers of 1, 2, 3, and 4. These seemingly simple actions in the modeling of cubic geometry gives rise to so many levels of complexity and order that without it, we would not have computers, pixels, memory storage, camera technology, color functioning screens, and important software-related programs that almost the entire world depends upon today to use in digital design, multimedia, and communication networking. It is known that the square fractals are used in the design of Wi-Fi and mobile phone antennas. The cube can be viewed isometrically, and by seeing it in this grid pattern, we can make some important links to some sacred geometry. The cube is part of the Metatron's star cube, which is a grid system that holds the geometry of the 5 platonic solids. The cube has 12 edges, 6 faces, and 8 vertices. The regular cube represents the element of earth, for many elements and important mineral structures are connected through the cubic structure. The tetrahedron, star tetrahedron, octahedron, and hypercube can all reveal interesting dimensional connections to the cube. The octahedron is the dual polyhedron of the cube. The octahedron is represented by the element of air. The octahedron points are coordinates for the directions of existence: north, east, south, west, above, and below. This shape has triangular faces meeting into points of pyramids. It has 8 faces, 6 vertex points, and 12 edges, while the cube consists of 6 faces, 8 vertex points, and 12 edges. By grouping together 2 tetrahedrons, you can link the points together and find the cube. By slicing off the portions of the tetrahedron points, you can find the octahedron. You can also place an octahedron and cube together, and they will fit together snugly, revealing the cube octahedron or vector equilibrium. The octahedron and cube also appear throughout the entire world of crystalline minerals and related chemical structures. Here are some examples of crystals that grow in these geometric forms. Through the form of the cube octahedron, also known as the vector equilibrium, we come to the most perfect crystalline geometry, that is the blend of the tetrahedron, cube, and octahedron. It is this geometry that is the central focus of the Resonance Project, founded by Nassim Haramein, as well as the foundational structure that Buckminster Fuller always talked about, explained, and focused upon in his work. This pattern holds together the most fundamental geometry that maintains our physical universe. What is most important to know is that the geometry of this shape unifies its opposite vectors in total equilibrium, and these vectors relate to the musical harmony of the 12 whole tones. Through this geometry, we can begin to understand the nature of the vibrational universe, as well as its source being the point of singularity. This pattern is the essence of truly understanding the structure of the unified field, through where the magic of the cube and Platonic solids get reference. Quote, "The vector equilibrium is the 0 point for happenings or non-happenings. It is the empty theater and empty circus, an empty universe ready to accommodate any act and any audience." Buckminster Fuller. There have been many crop circles which have appeared over the years, revealing the isometric structure of the crystalline cube.